Hello Clay Boys, thank you for taking time to go over the employee training video. In this video, I will go over multiple procedures on how to properly work this simple job. I will split the video up into multiple segments so you can refer back to whichever part you need help remembering. Without further ado, let's get into it. I want to start this video off by reading you guys the mission statement. The Clay Boys are a team of local young men who work together to serve the greater DC area a delicious frozen dessert for an affordable price. We pride ourselves on both friendly and quality service from our mobile trucks, events carts, and our stand on Bethesda Avenue. We're committed to serving the most traditional and delicious Hawaiian shave ice in the area, using filtered water for our ice, homemade syrups, and the same method of crafting shave ice popularized on the Hawaiian Islands, with our signature Swedish fish at the bottom. Our intention is to keep both product pricing and events costs low as possible in order to be accessible to everyone in our community. As the management team, it is Bill and I's job to make sure that everybody is prepared with what they need each day for a successful service. But when you are working on your own, it is absolutely up to you to make sure that a quality dessert is provided to our customer with good customer service. Okay, so I'm going to get into showing you guys how to do everything. One thing to remember before we start: a great Clay Boy is neat and organized, quick, consistent, and friendly. If you practice being all of these things, you will do a great job of this.
Okay, so this is what your station should look like when you are ready to serve. First things first, I have a syrup bottle for every flavor on my menu that day. I also have cups according to whichever size I'm doing that day. So today it would be small, medium, and large. So I'd have small cups right here, medium right here, large that would go in the back right here. I have Swedish fish and spoons in these two containers. I have gloves, which I use right behind those containers. I also have napkins in a napkin holder behind the gloves. I have my pour spouts, which will soon be replaced with the caps in every bottle. I have a clean rag, which will be used for cleaning and wiping down the surface. Under the cart, I have backups of all sizes of cups, small, medium, and large. I have a reusable bag that is full of Swedish fish, napkins, and spoons. I also have gloves in this bag too. This is very important. I have two batteries. One that's being used currently and one as a backup, just in case this one runs out. These clips go on each battery. This red clip is for the positive charge. This black clip is for the negative charge. That is how we power our machine. This bin is full of backup syrups. Usually we use one backup for every syrup that we have on the menu, two for the more popular ones, but it is not full right now. Other than that, if you're working Bethesda Row, you will have a flag. The flag goes on the back of the cart. In your bin, you also will have backups of clean towels to wipe down at the end of the day. You also will have your change belt, which you tie around your waist like so. Your change belt will have $1 bills for change on the left pocket, $5 bills in the right pocket for change, and then in your center pocket, that is what you use for the bills you collect, such as 10s and 20s. So 10s and 20s go in that center pocket. They're the big bills. Also, you will have a square reader for taking card payments and for Apple Pay. This is what you will connect to your phone and take payments on. Below each cart, there's typically a list with a checklist of everything that you need. If you don't have any of these items, which it is my job to make sure you have them all at the beginning of each day, please give me a call. Alright, now I'm showing you what it looks like to be ready to serve. I've put a spout in each of my bottles. I have my change belt on, and now I have a customer approaching me ready to order. Hi, how's it going today? What size would you like? You'd like a medium, blue raspberry, and tiger's blood? Sounds good. Now I am mounting an ice block into the machine. I will take a glove and put it on my non-dominant hand. This is different for everybody. I'm right-handed, so I put my glove on my left hand. I will pick up an ice block out of my cooler. I will take the ice block out of its bag, and I will place the bag back into the cooler. Without touching this ice block with my hand that is ungloved, I will get it into the machine. The point of this is, your gloved hand is the only one that handles the ice. I'll put it into the machine, center it as best as possible, And then I will put the spike mount down into the ice block. That's how the block should spin.
Okay, I want to show you guys again how to properly mount the ice block. You want to use this crank right here to put these spikes into the block to make sure it is fully secure and that it will spin properly. Watch what happens if Right now I'm demonstrating what could happen if the ice block is improperly mounted into the machine. It can shoot out and potentially hit a customer. So you got to be very careful when you're putting the blocks in to make sure that they are properly mounted with the spikes in them. Now I am demonstrating what the ice texture should look like when it's coming out of your machine. So this knob on the left is how you adjust your blade height, and that's how high the blade is going up into the ice block. You want it just high up enough into the ice block to where you're getting nice flaky snow shooting out of the machine. So in a second, you're gonna see what that snow should look like. This type of flaky, soft snow is what best absorbs the syrup, so that's exactly what you're aiming for when you're making your snow cones. Alright, so I have a customer. I'm putting my ice block back in the machine, in the center of the machine. I'm grabbing my cup, and the first thing I do after I grab my cup is I take my gloved hand and I reach for a Swedish fish. I put the Swedish fish at the bottom of the cup. It's one of the most important things you're gonna do because our signature is a Swedish fish, and if our customers don't get it, they're very unhappy. Turn on my machine. Blades at the right height to get fluffy. So to show you guys exactly how I form my cone, I'm twisting my cup in a circle to make sure that there's an even distribution of ice on top of the cup, so that way it turns into a mound of sorts. At the same time, I'm packing the ice in with my left hand to make sure that it's nicely packed. Now I am demonstrating how you pour your cone. I want you all to think of each ice you make as a piece of art. The ice is the canvas, the bottle is the brush, and the syrup is the paint. You want to coat the top of the ice as best as possible to make sure there's no white showing in the snow. And then after coating the top, you want to do a hit through the middle of the cup to make sure that there is syrup evenly distributed throughout. After doing that, you want to repeat the process on the second side. After you add your syrup on, you throw your wooden spoon in the side of the cup like so and hand it off to your customer with a smile. Here's a simple trick to quickly serve a group. First, you put out all the cups they have ordered, and then you put a Swedish fish in each of their cups. This time we're doing 3 of them. Then you power on your machine, and you leave your machine running while you make each of the cones. So you pack one, you set it aside, then you pack the next, you set it aside, and then you pack the third. After you do all of that, then you add the flavors to each one. Here I am showing you how to make one of our most popular items, the rainbow. First I add my Swedish fish in the bottom of the cup, then I form my cone. After that, I do a stripe of lemonade down the center, and I do skylight on one side, and then I do watermelon on the other side to make a rainbow. Here's a script for customer interactions. First, you greet them. You say, "Hello, how's it going today?" If there's a group of people ordering from you, you ask them how many cups they would all like. After that, you ask what size they would like. And once they give you their sizes, you start making the ice. While you're making the ice, you ask them what flavors they would like, and then after you complete it, you take your payment and move on to the next customer. Remember, the quicker we move, the more money we make. This is a friendly reminder to remember that when you are taking cash payments from a customer, you cannot touch the cash with your gloved hand. Simply remove the glove from your hand to handle the cash or handle it with your non-gloved hand. This also goes for taking card payments as well. Remember, you can only touch the ice with your gloved hand, nothing else. Sometimes you might notice that there's no ice coming out of the machine when your blade is up into the ice block. That means your blade is jammed. So simply move your ice block back and clear the area where there is snow jammed into the blade with a spoon, like so. Once you put your ice block back into the machine and you get it running again, snow will continue to come out of the machine. In between customers, it is important that you keep your station looking sharp. So wipe down the countertop with the rag you can find below the cart. Once it is wiped clean, remember to place the rag back below the cart so that you do not have a dirty rag sitting on your countertop. You should be cleaning your station throughout your shift. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Make sure your station is looking sharp whenever you have the chance to do so. Another very important part of the job is making sure that we have enough ice to make it through the full duration of service. So if you get down to 4 or 5 blocks, give a manager a call ASAP so that way they can swing by and bring you more ice. We're almost there, guys. One of the last things I want to get into are tips for your personal safety. There are 2 areas of the machine where you're most likely to cut yourself. That would be the blade and the spikes. Be very careful when you have your hands near these areas, and be sure to never put your hands near them when the machine is powered on. Once you completely run out of a block of ice, it is important that you safely remove it from the machine. If remnants are stuck around the blade, take a spoon like so and clear the fragments from the area, then remove them with your hand. Try to remove all of the remaining ice from the machine before inserting another block into the machine. If you cut yourself while you are working and you feel that the cut is bad enough to where you have to stop working, immediately call me. If it is not and it's a small nick but you're bleeding a little bit, you have to hold your line, wash your hand, put a Band-Aid on, and put a rubber glove on over the Band-Aid. You also have to make sure that there is not any blood on the countertop or near any of the product. The first step in closing is taking all of the empty bottles from that day and putting them into your coolers so that they get back to the warehouse to get refilled. The second item is putting a cap on all of your bottles. The third item would be putting a cap on your Swedish fish. The task after that would be wiping down. You're going to want to wipe down your machine, the surface of the cart, the doors of the cart, and your bottle rack to look just as they did when you first opened for that day. After you finish using all of your dirty rags, add them to the cooler as well to make sure that they get back to the warehouse to be washed. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. I'm really looking forward to working together this upcoming season, and I'll see you guys soon.